From LALATE News Headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings LALATE.
It's a big morning of Mornings LALATE. Big updates about your fourth stimulus check. In this recording, we go over the big push Monday morning to get that fourth stimulus check to the finish line. I have your fourth stimulus check update of 2021 today in this recording. That monthly stimulus check that will start in the month of July, I'll go over how much, when, and what happened this morning that's pushing it further to the finish line. Great news across the board. Then we cut over to the other items that are not in the fourth stimulus package, that they need to be in there potentially. I'll explain to you which items are at issue and which items you will want to push for. Then we cut to fifth stimulus. A lot of great news across the board because fifth stimulus is not just for families, even though that's what the president calls it. There's money in there for seniors, money in there for individuals, and I'll explain how much and when you would get it. I also go over the incredible SSI and SSDI reform. And then after this recording at noontime, I go over the big items that are going live this week. Yes, that's the recording after this one. You don't want to miss that show. I go over the big money that's coming live this week that's landing your bank account. You don't want to miss that show. It's coming up after this. But first, this is Mornings LALATE. Everybody, the toast is toast and the butter is buttering. I'm here, you're here, and boy, what a big morning it is. It's sort of sunny and breezy here in Los Angeles. It's a Monday morning, and boy, I'm so excited you have tuned in to Mornings LA. If you're new to this channel, this is the most accurate, the most informative, the most in-depth, and the most comprehensive financial news channel there is on the planet. Reporting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, from Wall Street to Main Street, and of course, your stimulus. So if you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe and make this the #1 community it is. Approaching 400,000 subscribers. Also like this video. 3,000 likes. Let's do it. Get this video to rank #1. And if you've not become a member, you will want to become a member potentially by the end of this video. The link's at the top of the chat and in the pinned comment because you have access to all the documents of the fourth and fifth stimulus before everyone else. All right, let's get to the breaking details this morning. Representative Brady, who was the former head of the Ways and Means Committee before Representative Neal, came out this morning slamming the president, slamming the fourth stimulus package, slamming the fifth stimulus package, saying it's never going to happen across the board because there's too much taxes happening in these packages. Those taxes have been detailed on this channel over the last few weeks. There's a modification to the corporate tax rate, a modification to the capital gains tax rate. Let's look at it. The fourth stimulus has corporate tax rate raises, and the fifth stimulus has capital gains taxes and personal tax rate changes. So Representative Brady's comment on broadcast news this Monday morning said, you know what, we're not doing this. And with that, that's giving light to the fire for the president to start reconciliation. Mr. President, what are you doing? What are you doing? You've had the opportunity to make it look like you're trying to get bipartisan support. You put the effort in. You met with the Republicans for 3 weeks. You've had a press tour. You've released 6 videos on YouTube talking about what's in there. They don't want to do it. You made the effort. God bless you. Time to start reconciliation. It's starting to get to the point that people are wondering, time to just start it already. Restart that reconciliation, and now we have the Republicans making it very clear to the president, you're not going to get any support for them. Start the reconciliation process, which give you the monthly stimulus checks. Incredible, great news. Let's go over the House members. The House members want those monthly stimulus checks. More months, less amount per month. Let's see what it is. So those House members have that bill that they introduced, Jalil and Jalapal, and their provision is $2,000 the first month, $1,000 thereafter. And they make very clear it's $1,000 for the remainder of the pandemic and then a year thereafter. So a lot of stimulus checks from those House members. Let's compare the House members' approach to doing these fourth stimulus checks to the senators. As you just saw, the House members want those stimulus checks to continue month after month for the pandemic plus 1 year. There we go. So the House members want the stimulus checks the remainder of the pandemic. Let's say there's 4 months left of the pandemic. That'd be 4 months plus 12. So that would be 16 months of stimulus checks from the House members. The senators want those stimulus checks to go from now to December. And who are the movers and shakers? The House members, the progressives, the moderates are in the Senate. But then you just saw the amount of the stimulus checks. The House members, $1,000 after the first month, which is $2,000. But the senators, the amount is unknown. Word on the street is it's this. Word on the street is the senators want to pay July to December $2,000 a month over 6 months, which is $12,000, or $1,400 a month over 6 months, which is $8,400. If you see any YouTuber who has his finger pointed out at a $2,000 stimulus check or putting $2,000 in the title from the senators, it's untrue. It's untrue. There is no in writing confirmation of any number from the senators of 2000. It is merely a talking point. And the House members want $1,000 per month. So who gets these stimulus checks? How do you get them? When do you get them? What is the income qualification for them? And what are the details at hand? Let me go over all that incredible great news right now. So the stimulus checks will be the same eligibility as the third one, easy breezy, as we do it on this channel. So if you got, so this eligibility is the same. In single individual, 75,000 or less, you get it. Married couple, 150,000 or less, you get it. Just double the stimulus check. And then the SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and Railroad benefits, you get it as well. Also, the household of 4, that's the cap. Household of 4, all 4 members get the stimulus check as well. And that check amount you saw on the screen before was just for one person. So you would see 4 times those checks. And then adult dependents, minor dependents, same amount. And there you go. So when would you see the fourth stimulus literally hit your bank account? You would see that fourth stimulus hit in July for the month of July. The first month that would pay out would be July in the month of July. Leader Schumer and Speaker Pelosi confirmed that the vote would be no later than July 4th. And then the next month would be August for August. It would be automatic. And that is your fourth stimulus check update of 2021. How would they get this to the finish line? A reconciliation process, which does not involve any Republican votes, does not involve Mitch McConnell, does not involve Representative Brady. What is a reconciliation vote? It's a 2-step process with 2 bills, and it takes 2 months. The first bill would be a bill to agree to do a reconciliation. House vote, Senate vote, President signs into law. Then back they do and go and do the substantive bill. House vote, they put in everything the president wants, the infrastructure, the climate, and more. And then they do the add-on, the stimulus checks, the monthly stimulus checks, off to the Senate. And if the House members don't put it in, the senators put it in. Sign into law, vote on it, president signs into law, done. Now, what's important for you to know is that the fourth stimulus could also have other items added in there besides stimulus checks. Stimulus checks are a confirmed add-on. But are there other add-ons, and should there be other add-ons? Here's what you need to know. If you've been with this channel for a while, then you know that every stimulus package has a name to it, but they always add things in there that doesn't have anything to do with the name. So fourth stimulus is climate and infrastructure. Yeah, stimulus checks is not that, but that is what they do. They add on things that have nothing to do with the title of the bill. They do it all the time. They've done it for decades and decades. So here's what you do need to know about what's not slated to be in the fourth stimulus check, but you may want to push to get them included. Oh boy. Let's go over the details. There's 3 groups of items that are some cases dating back to the first stimulus package of March last year that are set to expire. And I'm going to explain to you which ones they are, and you may have to decide, oh, I think I have to push to get that in there. Remember, the fourth stimulus has not been written yet, so there's opportunity for you to push to get them in there. Item number 1, all the unemployment benefits going away. Yep. Item number 2, all the business grants going away. Yep. And item number 3, all the rental assistance going away. Yes. So let's go over all the details. First, all the federal unemployment assistance from the first stimulus package that has been extended to second and third, going away. PEUC, which is additional weeks of UI under the federal law, going away. FPUC, which is $300 a week, add on to your stimulus, add on to your unemployment benefits, going away. And PUA, which Ron Wyden doesn't want to go away, but the president has not yet slated to add it to the fourth stimulus, going away. That is for my sole practitioners, my independent contractors, my gig workers, all going away. So if you think that's wrong, then you need to push. The viewers of this channel I affectionately call Purple Power. And boy, you've been very successful pushing before. It's time to push now. The bill has not been written. So push Purple Power if you think those things are not going away. As to, here's my opinion of that one. I think you have to push. There are 16 million Americans still unemployed, week to week, long-term unemployment, 8 million jobs missing. This is May. We're 2 months away from the bill becoming law. Those jobs are not going to be restored. You got to make the push to get it in there. It's ridiculous. Here's what you need to know, is that these things are going away in September, and what happens from July to September? Congress goes on vacation. Those things are going to go away while they're on vacation. They're going to end. And if you've been with me since last year, you see what happens when a bill, when bill provisions terminate while people are on vacation, they don't bring it back. That's FPUC retro. You don't want these things to expire. All right, let's go to the next one. All the business stuff is going away. The PPP going away. The EIDL, the EIDL grant, the shutter venue grant, the restaurant grant, all going away. At noontime, Alec, which is coming up after this broadcast, I'll be going over that big new money that went live, and the other money I think it's going live this week. That's the business grants, but that's now. Is it going away? Yeah. Now, the president extended PPP recently by executive order. I don't want to bet on this president doing executive orders. There's some executive orders that sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't do. I don't really understand his sort of consistency. It's very inconsistent. So I want PPP to be extended by bill. I want it to be done by forced stimulus. So if you think those things should be extended, make the push. Finally, the last one going away, and that's the rent. On noontime, Alec, in 2 hours from now, I have on air the big money going live under rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, homeowners assistance, homeowners utilities. It's going live this week, but guess what? It's going away as well. Now, here's something you need to know from me before you make this push. Eviction moratorium and mortgage forbearance are going away as well. And the mindset that they said, the legislators, when they passed the third stimulus, was they wanted to give you money for rent and money for your mortgage so you could pay your bills and they could lift the eviction moratorium and mortgage forbearance. Now, whether you agree or don't agree with that scenario, that's what's important for you to know before you push, because ultimately, those are slated to go away as well. And that's forced stimulus. That is your forced stimulus check update for today. And very exciting news about that big money that would start in the month of July and go to the end of December. But it's important to understand that that is just the add-ons for stimulus checks. And that ultimately, if you want more add-ons for other things, like the extension of the unemployment benefits, then certainly make that push. Remember, these amounts are standalone amounts for just a single person. Married couple, double it. Household of four or less, quadruple it. And there you go. Coming up in the second half of this recording, you got to stay with me because I got a lot of stuff coming up. In the fifth stimulus this fall, there's a lot of money in there for seniors, a lot of money in there for single people, and there's a lot of money for people in there that are not families. While it's called the Family Act, there's a lot of money in there not for families. I'll be explaining to you the big money that's in there, and including the SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, veterans benefits, and survivor benefits reform that are in there. But I'll be back in 60 seconds from now. First, here's a little bit about the community page, whose link appears in the description to this video, so you can get help for rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, internet, and more. I'll be back in 60 seconds. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.lalate.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues in two hours from now on noontime LALATE at 2 p.m. On the East Coast and 11 o'clock on the West Coast. I can tell you that's going to be a big show. You're going to need to tune into that. That show is going to go over the big money that's going live next week in this week. And you want to make sure you get that money. Because there's so much happening in all across all these stimulus packages. I can certainly tell you where I'm splitting the content. And that noontime show will go over the big money that's going live this week. It's also going to go over the unemployment assistance, the unemployment rebate from the federal government, and also the mortgage assistance, rent assistance, the business grants as well. And then we go into Afternoons LALATE, which is my Q&A show in which I answer your questions live on air. So if you have questions, get those ready and join me at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we go into Afternoons LALATE, which will cover more about this big money going live this week. And then we go into Evenings LALATE, which will cover in detail fourth and fifth stimulus. And with that, how are you? If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. This is the most comprehensive and the most around-the-clock channel there is. Breaking, comprehensive, accurate, in-depth financial news reporting from Wall Street to Main Street, my home to your home. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Also like this video. And if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. And if you see a new member in the chat, if you're a new subscriber to this channel, say, hi, I'm a new subscriber. And if you see that new subscriber, say, hi, how are you? Right back to them. Be invited and welcome people to this channel. All right, fifth stimulus. Fifth stimulus mirrors the same notion of fourth stimulus procedurally because it goes the same route, just a different time of the year. Fifth stimulus starts in September by reconciliation and is done 2.5 months thereafter. And this will provide the SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and Railroad benefits reform that millions of Americans need. But guess what? There's also money in there for single individuals, and there's money in there for seniors. So first, what I'm going to go over is the reform, and then I'm going to go over what's in fifth stimulus that's actually for you, even though the president hasn't told it to you. So here is the fifth stimulus package add-on. It comes from those Democrats, and those Democrats will add in SSI and SSDI reform. I'll go over specifics of it in 1 second, but first broadly, it will increase your benefit limits, increase the asset limits, add an inflationary benchmark, then remove the income exclusion, remove the marriage penalty. All right, now that we broadly understand it, let's go over the specifics. First two, this is you if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, veterans benefits, senior benefits, Social Security benefits, Social Security survivor benefits. If you're on multiple benefits, yes, this is you as well. So what would they do? They would take your benefits and raise it up to a big new number. This is in addition to stimulus checks. So you saw earlier part of this recording, I was talking about people getting stimulus checks. You're not getting one or the other. This is in addition to everything else you hear on this channel. So they'll raise your benefits up to a big new number. That would be your big new number going forward. Then they're going to tie you to inflation. Inflation goes up 2 to 4% per year, but guess what? Also breaking today was some of the details of what Warren Buffett said Saturday. Warren Buffett, head of Berkshire Hathaway, had the annual meeting on Saturday here in Los Angeles by Zoom, and he said that he thinks inflation is going to be much higher than 2 to 4%. We're seeing very substantial inflation, said Buffett. We are raising prices. People are raising prices. It's very interesting. And it's been very accepted, the raising prices. We got 9 home builders in addition to manufactured homes. We do see a lot of housing. Costs are just up. Steel's up. Everything is up. So the good news is that they're tying your benefits to inflation. So if inflation goes through the roof, as Warren Buffett says, your benefits are going through the roof. Then they're going to remove the asset cap that some of you had. It dates back to a 1984 law that says your benefits you may only keep no less than $3,000 in the bank account. They're getting rid of that. Then they're removing the income cap. It dates back to a 1962 law, my goodness, that says you can't work over a certain amount of money and still stay on benefits. They're kicking that to the curb, cutting it out. And so what are they going to do? They're going to say, hey, you want to work $1,000, $2,000 a month? Yep, you can. We'll let you keep that money and still stay on benefits. That's for people who want to work. You don't have to work. But if you do want to work, you could stay on benefits and still work. It's incredible, great news. And then finally, the marriage penalty. If you've been a victim of the marriage penalty, you know what it is. If you haven't, you don't know what it is. They're getting rid of the marriage penalty permanently for people on it now, people suffering from the marriage penalty or facing the marriage penalty. It would be gone. It would no longer be legal. Incredible, great news. So when would you see this benefits hit? You would likely see it hit about November because remember, it's the 5th stimulus. They got to do it by recon. It's a 2-month process. And there, away we go. Now, some people have asked, well, is this going to hurt something else I have? No. These people know this stuff backwards and forwards far better than I know it. So they know what they have to modify and make sure it doesn't hurt something else. So do not fear. Do not comment. Raising my benefits is going to hurt my Medicare, hurt my Medicaid, or hurt my SNAP. Nope, they're not going to hurt one thing else by helping you with this thing. They're not going to do it. They're very, very in tune and very in touch. They're here to champion to help you across the board as I am as well. And that's 5th stimulus's add-on. Remember, it's like the stimulus check. They're going to add it in when they write the 5th stimulus bill. Remember, the House and Congress, the House and senators, they write the bill, not the president. He calls it the American Family Plan. We're going to go over his provisions in a second, but they're going to add in there, instead of stimulus checks, this, SSI reform, because you don't need stimulus checks because they are continuing all the way to at least December. All right, so let's go to the 5th stimulus items. If you're a member, you have this link. I'll be sending out you have this PDF or the details of it. I'll be sending it out today as well, if I didn't send it out yesterday. So the first few items are for children, but after that, bam, we're right into adults, we're right into seniors, we're right into single individuals, and these are details you're only hearing on this channel. So let's go through the details. First, they're going to increase childcare costs. Second, they are going to increase paid medical leave. Bam, that's not children. Let me explain what it is. So if you work and you have to stay home for a series of prescribed reasons, they're going to pay up to 12 weeks of staying at home. And it's not just for sick people. It's actually a lot more broader, and it almost needs a separate recording. But yeah, it's very, very broad. So that's for single people as well. Then we got some stuff for schools. They're going to give free preschool. Then they're going to give 2 free years of community college. some Pell's grant, some more grant for college retention. Let me stop right there. So I love the grants. I think they need to do more of them. If you've been a viewer for a while, you know the third stimulus package has $1,700 for college students. Reach out to your financial advisor to get it. It's not automatic. It doesn't just show up in your bank account. But here is my opinion of the free preschool and the free community college. I don't like it. I don't like it because it says every preschool student, every community college student. Wait a second. So our tax dollars are going to pay for billionaires to send their kids to community college? No way. Jose, no way. Our tax dollars are going to be used to send billionaires' kids to preschool? Whoa, wait a second. Not going to do that. So this needs to be modified, Mr. President. It needs to be if the single parent makes $75,000 or less, or married couple makes $150,000 or less. Same as a stimulus check. We're not paying for billionaires to send their kids to college. And then we get to free college for 2 years. The most expensive college, the president wants to give free 2 years of the most expensive college to a single parent who makes six figures. No way. No way. The parent makes six figures, you can go pay for the college yourself. The threshold for the income needs to be dropped. It needs to be $75,000 or less, single parent, married couple, $150,000 or less. No single parent who makes six figures should have the American tax dollar paying for their children to go to college. Then we go into some great stuff in here. There's a lot more money for SNAP. It's not been written clearly. I wish it was written a little bit clearer, but at the moment it looks wonderful. More money for SNAP for everyone. Remember, SNAP is for SSI and STI. SNAP is for seniors. SNAP is for everyone. I always have someone drop in the comments, SNAP is not for, no, it is. SNAP's only qualification is you make less than a certain amount of money. There is no other disqualifier for SNAP. Then this is great for seniors and single people. They're going to take the third stimulus health insurance premium law and make it lifetime. The lower premium law of third stimulus, I don't cover it too much this channel because it's sort of confusing, but they're making that permanent law. I love that. And then the last three items, of which one is for single people. The last three items are the most controversial, so let me slow these last three items down. First, the earned income tax credit of the third stimulus package. They're making it permanent law. Really good news. I want it to be great news. Here's where I think it needs to be modified. The earned income tax credit is a tax credit. It predates this administration. It's been around for many, many, many years. And the way it works is if you work as an essential worker, then they're going to give you a tax credit on your tax return. So the third stimulus made the current provisions law. 19 years or older, $25,000 or less income as essential worker, you get a $1,504 tax credit on your tax return. Good. But here's the problem. I've had a lot of viewers reach out to me in private message saying, I made $28,000, I made $29,000. I'm getting zip. Yeah, you're getting zip. It doesn't make sense. So I increased the amount and the eligibility. First, it should be more than $1,504. I mean, it's a tax credit. Come on already. Raise the money up. And then the eligibility, what the world is $25,000. If people work as essential worker, raise it up. The vice president released a video on Saturday. You saw it on LALATE Night. It talks about how this administration loves essential workers. They love them, they love them, they love them. Well, you only love them up to $25,000? No, increase the eligibility. Great start, just make it bigger. Next one is child care costs. This is not the child, but the child care costs. So what is the third stimulus? Third stimulus says if you have one child, you can deduct up to $5,000, up to 50% of your costs, capped at $5,000, or two or more children, up to 50%, capped at $8,000. They want to make that third stimulus provision a permanent law. Great news. I love it. Again, I think it's too cheap. It's El Cheapo. Let me tell you why I think it's El Cheapo. If you got 3 kids and you got $40,000 in child care costs, they're going to let you deduct $8,000 of it? Why? Why? I mean, you're spending the money. Why not make it deductible? It's a deduction. It's not a check. It's not a stimulus check. It's a deduction. So if you're spending the money, why not make it deductible? So I would either increase the percentage or increase the amount across the board. And finally, the last one. This is one that I absolutely don't like. And you don't like it either. And you know what I'm about to say. It's the child check. Yeah, so under the third stimulus package, there's that $3,600 or $3,000, approximately $4,000 for 1 year for children 17 to newborn. So the president, after that got passed, met with his staff, said, I love it. I want to do it lifetime. They said, hold up, Mr. President, you can't do it. We can't do this lifetime. He said, okay, what can I get? He said, we'll do 6 years of it. So he, under the fifth stimulus package, proposes to pay a newborn child 6 years of approximately $4,000 a year, $24,000 for a newborn child. No, it's just ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. You're not paying $24,000 to a essential hazard pay worker. You're not paying $24,000 to a person who laid off from their job. You're not paying a senior $24,000. You're paying a young infant $24,000. It's not the parent you're paying the $24,000 to. If the parent has financial problems, pay it to the parent $24,000. Pay the parent some money. But why is it $24,000? And it gets actually worse. It gets worse because Representative Richard Neal is head of the Ways and Means Committee in the House, and he's responsible for drafting the major part of these fourth and fifth stimulus package bills. And guess what? Yeah, just a few days ago, he introduced his own bill to show his mindset. And guess what his bill said? I'll do exactly what the president wants, 17 years at $4,000 a year. He wants to pay $80,000 to a newborn child over 17 years. Ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. So I think that needs to be hacked away and modified. It's just really bad. So let's go back to how this is going to be paid for. Fifth stimulus will be paid for by raising the capital gains tax and personal taxes, and fourth stimulus will be paid for by raising the corporate tax rate. Now here, let me go back to fifth stimulus. I got a big issue here as well. And my issue is with the president. He's not keeping his promise. His promise to the American people, as recent as just a few days ago, is that if you make less than $400,000, he's not touching your tax burden. You've heard that number from him 1,000 times. It's $400,000 or less, he's not touching your tax burden. Well, guess what he's doing? He's saying that if you're a married couple, 400 plus 400 is 800,000. You expect me to say he's going to say 800,000 is the threshold for a married couple. He says, no, if you're a married couple, I'll I'll change your tax burden at 600,000. 600,000. That's 300 and 300. That's not fair. That's not what you promised. That's not what you promised. So that needs to be raised to 800,000. 400 times 400 is 800. 400 and 400 is 800, not 600. And there you go. That is your fourth stimulus check and fifth stimulus check package. In 2 hours from now, I'm back and I'll be going over student loan debt forgiveness. I'll be going over the monies that are going live this week, the monies that went live last week, and the monies that are going live in just a few days after this week. It's a lot of things going live now that we're in the month of May. So I want to make sure you get all that big moolah across the board. And that is your fourth stimulus check and fifth stimulus package update for today. I look forward to seeing you in just a little bit. I'm back with you at noontime LA with all that, which I just detailed to you. And then 2 hours after that is our Q&A show, our Afternoons LA Q&A show. Then I return with our tape shows tonight. Those are Afternoons LA at 6 p.m., followed by Evenings LA at 8 p.m., and then LA Late Night. Evenings LA tonight will go a lot over fourth and fifth. Then Afternoons LA will go over fourth and fifth, but also cover this big money you need to get because it's happening right now. And with that, I'm so excited you tuned in today. I want to thank you for being such a wonderful, caring community. One of my messages, which is very strong at the moment, is that if you're a new face, a new subscriber to this community, a subscriber, then say, hi, I'm a new subscriber. And then if you see a new subscriber in the live chat, say, hi, how are you? Welcome. Welcome new subscribers as much as also new members. Make them feel invited, make them feel welcome, interact with them. I want this community to be the community that people look at and say, wow, they are really kind on that channel. They treat people with incredible respect. They try to help each other. He has done a really good job in making sure everyone treats everyone with kindness, respect, and dignity, and thoughtfulness and caring. And that's what I want us to be. So make sure you subscribe. Approaching 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. Let's do it. And also like this video, 3,000 likes. And if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. Stay informed, stay focused. I'll see you in 2 hours from now. And stay with LA for more.